There are those who consider Dave Chappelle to be a comic genius, but many say his latest special is once again making some critics wonder if it's more offensive than funny. Here's Nightline's Austin Singh.
Am I canceled or not?
3 weeks later, comedian Dave Chappelle is still under fire.
New fallout from Dave Chappelle's latest special on Netflix.
The 48-year-old refusing to stand down to critics of his Netflix special, The Closer, that premiered earlier this month.
A lot of people in the trans community were furious with me, and apparently they dragged me on Twitter. I don't give a because Twitter's not a real place.
Many saying the jokes he's made in his new special crossed the line and are transphobic and dangerous.
Gay people get mad at me, lesbians get mad at me, but I'm gonna tell you right now, and this is true, these transgenders, these want me dead.
I felt heartbroken because I grew up a Dave Chappelle fan.
The show even prompting a walkout amongst employees and demonstrators at Netflix.
They feel as though their workplace is creating conditions that are not, conducive to the respect for their humanity.
Yet, the special's focus on an extremely marginalized portion of that community has many asking, why?
I am not saying that to say that trans women aren't women. I am just saying that those that they got, you know what I mean?
I think that Dave is brilliant. I think that he is not doing his best work. I think there's a genius way to talk about what he's talking about, and he's not doing that.
Meanwhile, others are using his performance as an opportunity to point out the hypocrisy in today's cancel culture and defending his ability to speak his mind.
I can't even believe that we're still talking about this 3 weeks later, honestly.
Now the comedian igniting a cultural debate over freedom of expression and the struggles disempowered communities face.
Not afraid to say something super unpopular, but there's so much more to his comedy than that. When it's good, he's always got an idea of who the aggressor is in the power dynamics in the country.
In a recent video posted to Instagram, Chappelle said that his fight is not with the LGBTQ community.
This has nothing to do with them. It's about corporate interests and what I can say and what I cannot say.
For Chappelle, he says his comedy is merely social commentary. Trans activist Diamond Styles has seen every Chappelle comedy special. And while she's used to the off-color jokes, that doesn't make them any less hurtful.
He's a comedian, and I understand this is their job to be funny. And sometimes we all are going to be at the end of the negative side of somebody's jokes. But as we all know, jokes and opinions can be offensive. We have seen an uptick in the deaths of Black trans women. These things that we think is, it's just the culture, or it's just jokes. They actually lead to people actually harming and disrespecting us in public in our real lives.
It's not the comedian's first brush with controversy. Chappelle has long spent his career pushing boundaries. From his early days on Comedy Central, playing a blind KKK member on The Chapelle Show.
You better get out of here before something bad happens.
That's right. That's right. Tell that
And comedy itself has a long history of courting controversy. From Richard Pryor.
But I just want to say this, look, I like drugs. I do.
To George Carlin.
Some of these words, they're only 50% dirty. You have words like ass. Ass is hardly even a dirty word anymore, but it has a few meanings that you can't say on television.
But in recent years, many comedians have owned up to past jokes that may have offended.
You had Eddie Murphy in the 80s. You can't play any of that stuff on television really anymore, probably rightly so. Murphy famously has apologized for a lot of the more prickly comedy. So it's really funny that Dave Chappelle thinks that there's not this evolving relationship between the comic and the audience and the material, and that you're just always supposed to be able to say whatever you like.
I'm in the bathroom changing tonight, two sisters in the bathroom. Girls, you see the man in the blue dress? I say, yeah, I'm in here.
Trans comedian Flame Monroe is also featured on Netflix. She says that the art of comedy, brazen and unabashed, is what's at stake.
What do you think about the state of comedy today?
I think a lot of comedians have been leery, and I think that social media did not help, because if one person says, oh, she said one thing to offend me out of an audience of 1,000, and that one person puts that up and gets 600 likes. It's just out of control with social media.
She says that jokes are meant to tell the truth, and that's just what Dave did.
In our country, you can shoot and kill, but you better not hurt a gay person's feelings. And this is precisely the disparity that I wish to discuss.
What are some jokes Dave makes that, that is the line for you?
There is no line. If I give Dave a line, I have a line. I don't have a line. I'm just looking at it from the whole picture. I have 3 dogs in this fight. I am Black, I am transgender, and I am a stand-up comedian.
In his latest video, Dave agreed to meet with the trans community, but only on his terms.
But you will not summon me.
But at the end of the day, however you feel, everyone seems to agree that this issue is just a distraction.
These are the issues of the day, and we're going to continue to talk about them as long as they are salacious, as long as they're provocative, as long as it's something for us to talk about, we're going to continue to do it.
His stuff is still up at Netflix. He made who even knows how much money off of it. He's playing arenas. Like, where's the consequence?
There is no clear winner or loser here. But Chapelle's blind spots might be forcing a different conversation, one that requires more listening than talking.
Our thanks to Ashin.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.